Welcome to the Lee Etzler Show, a weekly wrap-up and analysis of Churubusco High School Football.
Eagles, what is your profession?
And now your host, Big Daddy Don Hyatt.
Hi, I'm Don Hyatt, and welcome to Lee Etzler Show. This week we'll be talking to the coach about the Eagles' victory over NECC rival West Noble Chargers and this Saturday's game against Culver Academy. Also, we'll be joined by senior Kyle Mathewson to talk about this year's team and his career at Busco. So stick around, we'll be right back after this.
Hey, football fans, do you want to keep track of Churubusco High School football games? Log on to busconews.com every game day and watch up-to-the-minute pregame, halftime, and postgame interviews with head coach Lee Etzler. Stay connected with your computer or on your cell phone. busconews.com. When you can't make it to the game, it's the next best thing to being there. The Lee Etzler Show is brought to you by busconews.com and the Churubusco News.
Welcome back. We're here talking to Coach about the Eagles' 47-0 victory over West Noble. Coach, another step on your list of goals for the season.
Yeah, this game's one that we wanted to take care of. West Noble has had some down years here recently, but we felt going into the season that this year and next year they'd be pretty decent. So we came out and we played pretty hard. It was a different type of football game than what we'd been used to the previous 5 weeks. West Noble kind of comes at you. They have some size, they have some toughness, and it was a battle there for a little while.
Then in the third quarter, you had 3 touchdowns and a minute and a half of time of possession on, not straight, but on the clock. You had to pass from Monk to Lefevre for 62 yards. Mathewson had a 31-yard run, and then Kyle picked one off Monk for an interception for a touchdown.
Yeah, it helped our first offensive series. We scored on the long touchdown pass, and that's such a momentum builder for your team when you're fortunate enough for that to happen. So it's kind of what we were hoping for. Hit him with the long play, put the nail in the coffin, and I think it allowed us to jump on him there a little bit in the second half.
Lee will be joined by Kyle Mathewson here shortly. Your thoughts on his career here at Churubusco?
Well, he's been very productive for us, and I guess I remember him as a squirrely freshman. Had quite a bit of difficulty taking direction, and we knew at the time he was a pretty decent athlete, and then progressed to his sophomore year. Showed some signs of being a pretty good player. Battled with some injuries a little bit, and never really got him to full speed his sophomore year. And then when all of a sudden we start seeing all this productivity his junior year, we're at the beginning of camp, and he's running plays, and it looked to us like he was as fast as any kid we've had, faster than any kid we've had. His first couple steps are very explosive. One of our favorite plays, belly down. Quarterbacks were having trouble getting the ball, and in years past we were working on the fullbacks to speed up the play, wanting it to hit a little bit quicker, and then all of a sudden, at the beginning of his junior year, we're having the quarterbacks having trouble getting the ball to him. So, I think about, as far as his athletic ability, his first couple steps, I think, are as fast as anyone around. He's worked extremely hard. 3-sport athlete, has done everything we've asked him, works hard in the weight room. So we like giving him the ball a little bit, and it's paid pretty good dividends the last couple of years.
Stay with us. We'll be right back, where we'll be joined by senior Kyle Mathewson.
Hey, football fans, do you want to keep track of Churubusco High School football games? Log on to busconews.com every game day and watch up-to-the-minute pregame, halftime, and postgame interviews with head coach Lee Etzler. Stay connected with your computer or on your cell phone. busconews.com. When you can't make it to the game, it's the next best thing to being there. The Lee Etzler Show is brought to you by busconews.com and the Churubusco News.
Welcome back to Lee Etzler Show. We're here talking with Kyle Mathewson. Kyle's having a great season on both sides of the ball. He's a big reason why the Eagles are undefeated and ranked third in the state. Kyle, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Kyle, being the workhorse on the Busco offense, you get the ball quite, the Angola game you had 28 carries for 219 yards. That almost doubled your carries from the beginning of the year. Your body takes a lot of pounding out there. What do you do to prepare for all that?
Well, we came into a lot of the Angola game, and I knew that it was going to be a physical game, and I knew I was going to have to be out there the whole game, all 4 quarters. So we practiced hard all week, and the coaches tried to just get that into my mind, like I'm going to be out there the whole game, and it's not going to be like the previous week. So.
And this week against West Noble, you had 13 carries for another 200-yard performance. Your thoughts on the West Noble game?
I think it was very productive on the offensive line standpoint. We knew what they were going to run defensively, so usually if we knew they were going to stack on the other ball or our strong side, we usually run weak, and we did that effectively, and I think it proved on the field.
Also, your performance at middle linebacker. You had a great game here against West Noble, busting through the line. There's a couple plays here where you just break right through there, and like right there, you're busting right through the line.
Well, it all starts with the film and preparation for the game, I think. We go over scouting reports all week, or we look at them all week, and we watch film all week, so we know what's going to happen in the game. We know what plays are going to happen. So it all comes down to preparation for the game and practice.
Which side of the ball you like better, like the offensive side or the defensive side?
In my opinion, I would like the offensive side of the ball just because I like running the ball, and that's what I've grown up doing. So.
Growing up, who was the one you looked up to in the Churubusco program? Is the guy you want to be like when you got to high school?
Well, I'd say Drew Bryansky. I saw him progressively throughout his senior year, getting touchdowns and rushing yards and everything, and I always wanted to say to myself, I'm going to beat all his records when I get to be a junior or senior in high school, and I think he's the most person I looked up to the most.
Last year you about did. I think you come up 25 yards short.
Yes.
And this year you're on pace to be right up there again. You got 19 touchdowns so far, 993 yards rushing.
Yeah, I know I have the potential to do it this year, but I'm most looking forward to the tournament and helping our team win, because I know I can do it, and I'm already halfway there with touchdowns, so I think I can do it. I just really want to get far in the tournament.
How was working with AWP helped your performance?
It's helped me a ton in the off season, going to camps and combines, and Division I colleges, and just seeing all the recruits and what kind of competition is out there. I think it really sent in my mind that I need to be the best that I can be on the field, and every play I need to do my job, and then hopefully it'll get me somewhere someday.
What was it like being named the outstanding linebacker in the Alabama 7-on-7?
It was awesome. I was playing against the top athletes in the nation, from Florida to California. You think they're huge and just fast as can be, but I actually outbeat them in the speed competitions. And
So what are your future plans after high school?
I'm going to go to college, and I'm probably going to study something in business, and I'm going to play football.
What's it like playing for Churubusco and Coach Etzler?
I really think he knows what he's doing. I think we are the best coaches in the conference and in Northeast Indiana. I think they really put a lot of time and effort into our preparation for each game, and they know that we can't slack off in any game, or else they'll come in and bite us in the butt. So they're really good.
We want to thank Senior Kyle Mathewson for dropping by today to talk with us. We want to congratulate him on a great season. We wish him the best in the future and hope he has quite a few games left this year. Stick around, we'll be right back to talk to Coach Etzler about the Culver game this Saturday.
Hey, football fans, do you want to keep track of Churubusco High School football games? Log on to busconews.com every game day and watch up-to-the-minute pregame, halftime, and postgame interviews with head coach Lee Etzler. Stay connected with your computer or on your cell phone. busconews.com. When you can't make it to the game, it's the next best thing to being there. The Lee Etzler Show is brought to you by busconews.com and the Churubusco News.
Welcome back. Once again, thanks to Kyle Mathewson for joining us this week. Lee, let's go over the game plan for this Saturday's game against Culver Academy.
Well, interesting. One thing about this non-conference game we've had, since the 05 season, with the different teams we put in this slot, it's always a team you don't know anything about. You get used to playing conference schools, and you have a pretty good idea of what to expect from them. And when you're evaluating film, you see them competing against teams that you're familiar with, and so you have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. You know how they defended you in years past. You know what they've attacked you with on offense in years past. So with this non-conference game, and specifically this game this weekend against Culver Academy, the fun and interesting thing about it is, there's a lot you don't know.
Coach, what kind of offensive and defensive schemes does Culver Academy run?
Defensively, they're a 3-5-3 team, which is very similar to what we see out of Lakeland, and some other schools have kind of toyed with that in our conference over the past few years. But Lakeland is the team I think about when in that defense. So, one of our keys as far as attacking that is how well our halfbacks block. They have some talented linebackers. In order to be successful on offense, we need to block well from the halfback position, and we've talked to them about that today. Offensively, they do some things similar to ours. They line up in some similar formations. They'll run jet sweep. They'll run rocket sweep. Those are two plays that we do. They'll run waggle. They'll throw the ball. They'll put the ball in the air. Most of it's quick passing. They'll try to find multiple different ways to get the 6'6" kid the ball. They'll send him downfield. They'll throw quick passes to him, and you need to stay in his face. And even then, you've seen him make catches. Even with pretty good coverage. But if they throw the quick stuff to him, we need to tackle him. Not easy to do against someone who's 6'6", 215 pounds. So, pretty good challenge for us, we think, on both sides of the ball.
We want to thank Coach Etzler for taking time to talk with us each and every week. We want to remind you to watch the Lee Etzler Show every Thursday night at 7:30 right here on busconews.com. I'm Don Hyatt. I'll see you next week.
This has been the Lee Etzler Show, brought to you every Thursday night at 7:30 by busconews.com.